In this video, I'll be speaking on the recent stray dogs issue that took place in Delhi and what were the Supreme Court's take on it, what were the public's criticisms and responses. I'll also give you guys a global example as to how another country dealt with the same situation, and finally end it off with my opinion to it. So starting off, I'll give you guys a small overview. I'll start off with the numbers, and actual numbers with some stats. In our country, annually, around 20,000 rabies death cases are being reported. That's the highest in the world. Now, why this rabies is so deadly? It's because there's almost pretty much no cure to it. As soon as a human being starts to encounter some symptoms from this rabies disease, it's considered nearly fatal. Nearly fatal means leading to death. This is why this disease is considered really deadly, and the reason behind this whole issue erupting like this is because of that. Now in Delhi, the Supreme Court had taken up this case after seeing a lot of deaths, specifically of children under the age of 15 due to this rabies, that is from dog bites or scratch marks from the dogs. Now on 11th of August, the Supreme Court had given out a ruling, a decision, a verdict, saying that these dogs in Delhi must be captured and kept in a shelter permanently and never released back to the streets. Now this initial decision was faced with a lot of backlash and a lot of outrage from the wider public, from the animal welfare associations, from NGO organizations like even PETA and animal lovers as well. The reason why all these people had, criticized and opposed this ruling is because it had directly gone against the ABC rules of the country. This ABC rules is nothing but Animal Birth Control Rules that was formulated under the Prevention of Cruelty Against Animals Act. Now what this ABC rule states that these stray animals, but stray dogs specifically, must only be captured, sterilized, vaccinated and released back to wherever they belong, any streets or communities they belong. So these are the only things that the government or anyone is allowed to do to a rabid dog or an aggressive dog. But whatever the initial ruling that was put forward by the Supreme Court, since it went against this, the people felt it was very inhuman and lacked compassion by keeping them permanently in some shelters. So after a lot of protests, a lot of criticism, tweets even from celebrities, the Supreme Court had revisited and reformulated the same verdict on the 22nd of August, that is 3 days back. The Supreme Court had then said that according to the ABC rules, these dogs especially, all those rabid and very, very aggressive dogs, yes, they will be isolated from the general public due to the public safety. But all those other dogs who can be managed, who can be treated, will be captured, sterilized, vaccinated and released back to the community, back to the streets where they belong. And at the same time, there should be designated feeding zones put out in the cities, in multiple areas in the cities for these dogs. These were the rulings, recent rulings that were given by the Supreme Court, and it was very much welcomed by the people, the celebrities as well. Animal welfare associations, PETA people, animal lovers, dog lovers, everyone welcomed this, and they said it was a victory for compassion and science. I feel this is the only possible and the best solution that can be given to this issue. Now this is the whole story. As I said, let me give you a global example. Sorry, before going to the global example, let me tell you guys what I feel. I'm pretty much okay with this solution given to this issue, as long as it's done with proper commitment, proper focus and follow-up. The reason why I said commitment, focus and follow-up is because even you guys know many a times when a new decision is put forward, a new ruling is put forward, for the first few days, weeks or months or even years, it will be in its all-time high. Everything will go on perfectly. But as time goes gradually and as we as people start to lose attention on it, the focus, the follow-up, um, the sincerity behind doing that particular ruling, following that ruling starts to reduce. So I feel that should not happen in this case as well. So as long as the government starts to put full focus on this, assigns designated people, designated government branches, and even maybe tie up with the NGOs to make sure that such things are followed up with proper sincerity, commitment, and even maybe, if possible, allocate a small amount of budget so that there'll be a steady investment for this. This is what I feel on this ruling, and as I said earlier, it's the most human, compassionate solution that can be given to treat a dog for its safety, at the same time scientifically, and to make sure that the humans are protected as well. This is the only possible situation according to me. Now let me tell you guys about a global example. You guys know about the country called Bhutan. That country faced a similar situation, a similar threat due to rabies, and they had conducted a nationwide vaccination and sterilization program for their country. What they had done was, they had started this in the year 2009, and after 14-15 years, by 2023, they had sterilized and vaccinated around 150,000 dogs. That's almost 100% of their country's dog population. How was this possible? We can't come up saying Bhutan is a small country, there's less population over there, the dog population is lesser. Such things are no more accepted because it is baseless excuses. We have to start to learn from other countries as well. How was this possible? How did they achieve this? Nothing huge, nothing big, nothing different. Steady investment, a proper budget allocated to it. Human cooperation, public cooperation. The people put their hearts, minds and hearts into it to make sure that they are protected, at the same time the dogs are in a safer place as well. And as I said, proper follow-ups. So, as I said earlier guys, any situation on any issue can be solved in our country with a proper cooperation, proper follow-ups, public cooperation, and steady investment. Because I feel in our country we are very much technologically advanced, very much resourcefully gifted. So I feel if an issue arises, even it can be a small petty issue, a domestic issue, or a nationwide crisis, I feel our country is very much capable and very much strong to face and deal it and solve it in a proper manner. So I hope the government also takes up this situation in a proper way and deals with this thing in a good manner. I also want to point out one thing. After all these verdicts and rulings were given, there was another small protest that was still going on. I don't know if you guys were aware about it, but those were the people who said sterilizing the dogs was still wrong. I can understand why they're saying it's wrong. I mean, they have put forward a lot of, due to a lot of religious beliefs, they say that even sterilizing the dogs are wrong. Why? It is because when you are sterilizing a dog, a male or a female, you are technically stopping its ability to reproduce. Which means eventually, let's say if a dog's lifespan is about 8 to 10 years, 8 to 12 years, steadily, slowly, its population will reduce if you start to sterilize it. Which is technically wrong. Yes, it is wrong. We have no right to go against nature and stop the reproduction capacity of another animal. That's also a living being. It has all right to live in this country. But again, guys, we are left with no other option. As I said earlier, it's the only human, compassionate, and scientific way to make sure that both the dogs and us are protected from this deadly rabies disease. That's pretty much it. That's the conclusion. So there are two things that we can learn from this video, guys. Number one is no solution, no idea, put forward by anyone can satisfy everyone. Somewhere or the other, some person, some group will come up and put out a criticism, put out an opposition. This doesn't have to be, doesn't necessarily mean that the solution was wrong. Neither does it have to be the person criticizing is wrong. It's just that we all have different views to the same idea or to the same opinion. Just like how we see a glass, we say it is half full or half empty. That's as simple as that. Another thing, as I said, our country is very much able. We are capable of solving any problem. We just need put our minds and hearts to it. Need proper trust and from the government, so that we know that next time a situation arises, next time a problem arises, we know that we can believe the Supreme Court blindly. Anyways, this is the whole video, this is the whole story. I'm really thankful for all the support you guys been giving to me so far, even for the last video, and I hope you guys like this video as well. Do let me know what you guys feel, your opinion on this story, on this whole issue situation, and you guys are always free to give your opinion and your suggestions as to what I have to upload in the future. And yep, thank you so much once again. Take care. Goodbye.